this. Hello, and welcome everybody. I am super excited to share this side hustle with you today. This is something that I have read about before, and I've been kind of tinkering with it, deciding whether or not I wanted to share it. And I realized that there's a lot of people out there who are driving for Uber, driving for Lyft. If you know my story, I used to drive for Uber at night and on weekends. So there's a big part of my audience out there that's looking for driving gigs, right? They're already in their car, they're driving for Uber, they're driving for Lyft, or maybe you're somebody who you have wheels, right? You have an automobile and you're wondering, well, hey, how can I make some money with this instead of just having the car sitting in the driveway? Well, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Being a medical courier is different than just delivering for like UPS or delivering for FedEx or something like that. Because of the sensitivity, right, of the material, right, the nature of the material that you'll be handling, which is medical supplies. So you're going to be handling things like lab tests, blood tests, COVID tests, could be urine samples, specimens, all kinds of things. With that comes a higher price tag, right? You're dealing with a very specialized product. And then, which means that people are paying top dollar to have this stuff, let's say, picked up from a Walgreens and then dropped off at a testing lab. It's time sensitive. It needs to be there right away. So they pay companies who then pay people like you and me to go pick up this stuff and drop it off. So it is a great opportunity, not just for a side hustle to make some good extra cash, but there are people even turning this into a full-time business. And if you're anything like me, right, you don't want to drive a bunch of drunks around. It's better to just have some boxes in the car that aren't going to speak back to you. So today, what I want to do is I'm actually going to share with you, let's see here, I got 6 companies that I want to share with you where you guys can go and start applying today for these medical courier positions. Now, a couple things that I do want to talk about before we go into these companies, because this is very important. Now, what's really great about this job, guys, is you don't need any experience. You don't need a degree. They pay every week, which is great. Some pay every couple days, but there are some things that you need to know before you go and apply for these jobs. So I want to make sure you guys have all the information up front before you head to these sites. So some of these companies will allow you to be 18. Most of them require you to be at least 21 years or older. Also, you have to have a clean driving record. I hope that goes without saying. You have to have insurance. In most cases, your car has to be, I believe it can't be any older than 10 years. So 10 is kind of the cutoff. Anything older than that, they do not accept it. Some do, but most of them do not. Also, you do need to have some certifications. So you do need to have a HIPAA certification and then a blood-borne pathogen certification, which simply means you know how to handle blood tests and specimens and things like that. But the good news is these companies will pay for your certification. So once you get the certification, you only have to get it once. You can use that same certification and apply for different companies, which is great. Also, you are going to be required to take a drug test. Now, yes, there are a few hoops that you guys have to jump through before you can get hired, but I think it's well worth it because of the pay and the flexibility. So take a little bit of time, right? Fill out these applications, be patient. They're not going to get back to you right away. Some of them, it's going to take a couple days. They're going to contact you and they're going to ask you some more questions. And then they may have you do things like the background check, the drug and alcohol check, and things like that. So be patient because again, this is an amazing opportunity. Now, my recommendation is to apply to all of these. Okay, because just like driving for Uber or Lyft, right, you can take different jobs as they come, right? You could take a ride here, then you could deliver groceries here, then you could pick up someone from Lyft here and Uber next. Same thing with here. Maybe you get a couple runs from one company and a couple runs from the other. And just like Uber, right? Uber, they have different levels of cars, okay? So you have like the sedan, then you have the comfort, then you have the luxury, and then you have the SUV. So obviously the prices get a little bit higher. Same thing here. They pay more depending on the car because you can obviously load more stuff into your car. So if you have a van or you have a truck, even better. And a big bonus, if you do have past experience driving for Uber, driving for Lyft or DoorDash or anything like that, that's something that you definitely want to put in your application here because they want people who are familiar with working with mobile apps and GPS and stuff like that. All right, so let's jump right into it. Now, the first company is called LabLogistics.com. Now, when you come here, you'll see on the top right, it says careers. You don't want to go to careers. You actually want to go just above here, above the Our Service. It says Drive for Us. You'll click on Drive for Us, and then you'll fill out the application here. Now, this particular company is servicing all 50 states. That's another thing I wanted to point out. Some of these companies are only operating in certain states, but Lab Logistics, what's good about them, they are in all 50 states. You will have to fill out this initial application here, vehicle make, vehicle model, and then when you go to vehicle year, this actually goes as far back as 2009. So they do take a little bit older of a vehicle, and then they're going to ask the best time to reach you. So once you go through this initial screening, they will reach out to you probably within a few days, and then from there, you'll take the next steps. That's when, if they feel like you're a good fit, then they'll start talking more about, okay, we need to do the background check your insurance, drug test, and things like that. So Lab Logistics, I'll also put the link below for you guys. All right, the next company is called Dropoff. Now, when you go to their website, it's simpledropoff.com. You'll see in the top right, it says Drive for Us. Now, when you come here, you can click right on the sign up to drive, but I want to show you a few things here. When you come down, definitely check out the courier perks, right? Flexible hours. Obviously, you're driving packages, not people. You get to drive your own car, which is nice. And then you get paid by delivery. So this is interesting. So you're not paid by hour with Dropoff. You're actually paid by delivery. So this is where if you do have a truck or a van, you can make a lot of money with a company like Dropoff because the more you could put in, the more you're going to get paid. Okay. So you're paid on that delivery. So keep that in mind. Now Dropoff, their requirements, you do have to be at least 21 years old. Obviously, you have to be confident in the city that you will be traveling in. You do need to be tech savvy. It says here, couriers must have a registered, insured, and expected car, SUV, or van that is less than 10 years old. Okay. And you have to have obviously a current driver's license and a clean driving record. But once you come here, just go up to the sign up to drive. And then here, they're going to show you all the different current openings. Okay. So you're going to be looking for the driver contractor position. So scroll through here, look for your state, your city. If you don't see it in today, check back in a couple days. Okay, I do have more to go through with you guys. So check out dropoff.com. Next up is Reliable Couriers. When you come to Reliable Couriers, go up here to the right where it says company, and then you'll scroll down to jobs now hiring. And then you'll see here, apply for our delivery jobs. Now, for this particular company, they are asking for a resume or cover letter. Again, like I had mentioned earlier, if you have experience driving for Uber or Lyft, obviously you want to mention that in here, and you want to talk about your experience working with the apps, working with GPS. Okay. And they're going to ask you about what type of vehicle do you drive? SUV, cargo van, box truck. So if you have a van or a box truck, put it in there. Okay. And then you're going to have to list the make and model. You do need to be able to lift at least 50 pounds. And then they're asking for your availability to work, right? Because they operate 24/7, 365 days a year. That's another cool thing about this, guys, is you can make some really good money working odd hours that most people do not want to work. Next up is freight, and that's spelled Frayt. When you come here, you're going to go to the top right. It simply says drivers, go to apply now. Now with freight, you're going to have to download their app and apply through the app. Okay. So freight, Frayt. When you come to their site, you'll go to the application. It says here, and then you can download for smartphone or Android. Okay. Next is cbdriver.com. Now CB Driver, I love this because you can come in here and just simply put in your city and it'll show you all the jobs available. And it even shows you what they're paying based on the type of vehicle that you have. FedEx uses a lot of Sprinter vans. It's basically a van that kind of has the angled front hood. That is a Sprinter van. If you have a Sprinter van, you can make some great money here, $3,100 to $8,000 per month. And then they have multiple vehicle types that are earning $3,500 to $7,500 a month. So come here, take a look at this. This is really, really cool. They have all different types of jobs and all different types of locations for all different types of vehicles. Again, that is cbdriver.com. Last is GoShare. Now, GoShare breaks down what they pay per vehicle. So I love this. If you come to GoShare and you simply go up to the drivers tab, you'll see here, how much can I earn? So for a pickup truck, $70 per hour, full-size cargo van, $105 an hour. If you have a box truck, you can earn up to $168 per hour. And then if you're just a basic courier in a car, still very good money, up to $45 per hour. And then when you scroll down here, they show you how it works, right? Very similar to an Uber or DoorDash. You have the mobile app, you'll get an alert, and it may say something like, go to Walgreens and pick up the medical box out front. If you've ever been at a Walgreens and you see those testing boxes out front, could be something like that. And then you'll accept the delivery, you'll go pick it up and you'll drop it off, and then you get paid. It says GoShare handles the customer payment and directly deposits your earnings within 4 business days. So flexible hours, you get paid weekly. They actually have benefits. And then build your business, it says here. We're great at marketing, customer service, and building apps to make your business run smoothly so you can focus on what you do best, delivering to customers. So they want you to build a business with them, which is great. You are an independent contractor, but you can get enough business from these companies where you are running your own legitimate delivery business, which is great. And when you scroll to the bottom, they have some testimonials here so you can hear from other medical couriers what they have to say, which is great. And they also list the minimum requirements here at the bottom. Now with GoShare, you only have to be 18. The vehicle must be at least a 2001 or newer. And of course, it has to pass inspection. And then you have to be able to pass a background check. All right. So everything I talked about in the beginning, you have to have a valid license. You do have to speak English, and then you must meet the minimum state insurance requirements. And then they show their locations at the bottom. So come down here and check it out. Make sure you're in one of those locations before you apply. And then you'll simply go to the apply button and you'll fill out all the information here. And typically what happens is once you fill out the initial information, they'll review it, get back to you in a couple days, and then you'll take the next steps. Now, if you're looking for a side hustle that doesn't require you to be in a vehicle driving all over the city, then I invite you to download my free ebook where I break down my entire process of going from literally 0 to over 20K per month with affiliate marketing. I break down all the tools I use, the steps I use. It's absolutely free. You can grab it below. It's the first link in the description. This business model has provided me with just so much time freedom and financial freedom. As a stay-at-home dad, I'm able to spend time with my children, spend time with my wife, take vacations. It's just amazing. And anybody can do this, right? You just need to learn the skills, and you can learn the skills, okay? And I recently had the pleasure of sharing this in an article with Business Insider, and I basically broke down my entire process of going from 0 to 20K and how I did it from home, and literally started from nothing, had no tech experience. Basically, I didn't even know how to send a text message when I first started. So if I can do it, you can do it, as the old saying goes. So make sure to download that. It is in the first link below. You'll get it right away. Check it out. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next